search the forest, and eventually you'll come across Sprucewood Village. I've also heard that there is a special Pokeball maker somewhere in the forest as well. So if you do come across him, would you care to have me a ball made? Oh, I see someone new has found me. One moment, I'll be right with you. I just need to finish this project. There we are. Well, if you are looking for a Pokeball maker, then I think you found one. I am the famous Canopy Forest ball maker. It's nice to meet you. Don't worry about my name. That's not important. I prefer to remain quite mysterious. I come from a long line of ball makers all across the various regions. Maybe you've heard of my cousin Kurt in the Johto region. Well, Kurt over in Johto specializes in making custom Pokeballs, just like this luxury ball here, except he and I differ in one very crucial step of Pokeball making. He utilizes apricots for the base material of his Pokeballs, and I use a more secret custom recipe, which I won't divulge to you. So the similarities, though, are that we both make very custom and useful Pokeballs for all sorts of a variety of applications. So I will set this to the side. That's not for you, obviously. I take it if you've found me here so deep in the forest, you were purposely looking for me, or were you not? I thought so. Not many stumble across my cabin. The Canopy Forest has a tendency to weed out those who are not keen observers enough to see the hidden paths here and there, which is partly why I set up my base of operations here. And although I am quite remote out here, I am close enough to Sprucewood Village that I have a steady stream of buyers for my Pokeballs. So it's quite the enjoyable life here. So don't tell anyone where you found me, please. I like to keep my footprint quite subtle. Now, how can I help you? I have quite a bit of work to get to today. You need some Pokeballs made. I could have guessed. One for you and one for a friend. I think I can do that. Do you have the coin necessary? Perfect. Well, I guess since you have found me, anyone who stumbles across my cabin in search of the Pokeball maker, I like to give them a brief tour and demonstration. So I'll walk you through the basics of how this process works. Alright, so like I said, with this luxury ball, they do end up quite finished looking, but the process is arduous and time consuming. So let's make sure that we get it right the first time. What type of Pokeball would you prefer? I have all sorts that I can make. I am a master of all. I can give you a Pokeball similar to the luxury ball. Each ball that I produce has a special trait that makes it unique from a traditional set of Pokeballs. The luxury ball gives the Pokemon that you use it to capture a boost of friendship growth. So perhaps you have a Eevee that you are looking to evolve into a Umbreon or a Espeon, all very popular in this region. Perhaps a luxury ball would be perfect because it would help your Eevee become friendlier much quicker. I can also produce a moon ball, which boosts the catch rate of Pokemon that evolve from a moonstone. So maybe a Clefairy or a Nidorana, for example. If you have your sights set on a Pokemon like that, a moon ball might be perfect. I also have, what do I have? I have a quick ball, which has a boosted opportunity to catch the Pokemon if used at the beginning of a battle. And maybe a lure ball. You seem like the type who would have multiple water-type Pokemon. If you are looking to add more to your collection, a lure ball gives a boosted catch rate for any Pokemon that is encountered through fishing. So if lakes, streams, ponds, oceans, rivers are something that you constantly find yourself dabbling in, then maybe a lure ball might be the right choice. I also have things like dusk balls or premier balls or anything, level balls, anything like that. Okay, so you would like a moon ball, perfect, and your friend a quick ball. All right, not a problem. I will go ahead and get started. I have some pre-mixed ingredients here, and I will walk you through the process. The first thing that I do is I add the base ingredients to the flame, and we heat the ingredients to an incredibly hot temperature. That way they are malleable enough to use my mallet. I use a mallet instead of a traditional hammer because the ingredients can be quite soft and delicate, and a gentle touch is sometimes required. I will use my calipers here to add the Pokeball to the flame, not to singe my finger. So let's start with your moon ball. I will go ahead and add it to the flame, and I will stoke that fire and get to that heat really going. And we will let that cook for just a moment here and make sure that the base is freshly toasted. This is the part of the process that you really don't want to rush. If you have an undercooked ball, it will not maintain its shape when the hammering process occurs, and thus you must throw it away. But the appropriate time has passed. Now I will use my calipers here to go ahead and retrieve your ball and begin the hammering. And we will place it on the table. And now it's mallet time. Just a nice working of the metallic substances and those secret ingredients. Of course, patented and quite protected in the family. Want to make sure we rotate. Now be patient. It's almost ready. And now we add it to the water and begin the cooling process. Stand back, the steam can be quite intense. want to make sure that you are very careful during this portion of the process. It can be very dangerous. Alright, so now your moon ball is complete. We just want to make sure we clean any excess grime or soot from the ball. We don't want our customers to receive anything that is subpar. Like I said, the moon ball, which is characterized by the moon, crescent moon shape on the top, and the more light blue and darker black side of the ball, indicating that dusk to night transformation, the transition of the phases of the moon even. This ball will allow you to capture, like I said, Pokemon who evolve via a moonstone much more quickly and without near the hassle. So Pokemon you seem rather familiar with the Kanto region, so Pokemon like Jigglypuff, Nidorina, Nidorino, Clefairy will all evolve with the Moonstone, and thus are ripe to be captured with a Moonball. Do you have any fairy Pokemon with you already? Really? A Tinkatuff, captured here at the edge of the forest. I have spotted them from time to time, so I'm not surprised that you encountered one. They can be quite robust companions, but require a lot of training, so make sure that you provide it with the proper care, which I'm sure you will. So your Moonball is perfectly ready for you, and I hope you enjoy. Now, next up, what was it? Oh, Kurt is always giving me a hard time about my memory. Ah, yes, your friend's Quick Ball. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the ingredients into the flame. And just a quick stoke. And there it goes. So, while we wait for that ball to properly toast, where are you headed after you leave the Canopy Forest? You're stopping by Sprucewood Village for a gym battle. I hear that the gym leader there is quite formidable, so do make sure that you are prepared. It looks like your ball is ready to go, and begin the hammering process with my trusty mallet. Do watch these sparks. I've been crafting different Pokeballs here in the forest for feels like a lifetime, but it is my passion, so the years do fly by. Alright, that looks perfectly formed and ready for the water treatment. Shake off the residue, and perfect. A wonderfully formed and ready for adventure Quick Ball. This ball will provide you with a great opportunity to catch Pokemon who evade battles with either speed or moves such as teleport, like an Abra maybe, or Pokemon of more of a legendary status who tend to flee rather quickly. My cousin Johto has told me about several legendary Pokemon who flee almost every time they're encountered, so this Pokeball would be perfect for that situation. So if you encounter a Pokemon like that, this is the ball you want to go with. Well, I guess your friend wants to go with, so can you please reiterate all that to him once you see him. Thank you. All right, your friends, Quick Ball. And as a special gift to you, I like to reward any trainer or adventurer who manages to find my humble abode here in the depths of the forest with a free sample in order to spread the word about my services and the items that can be purchased at Sprucewood Village. So if you do manage to make it to Sprucewood, please show the villagers there what I've given you, and hopefully they rush to the Pokemon there and buy up all my supply. So I'm going to make a lure ball just for you, free of charge. Let's go ahead and get it added to the heat and a quick stoke of the flame and just a quick wait. Are you feeling nervous about your upcoming gym battle in Sprucewood? Have you been to that village before? They call it a village, but it's still rather big. Confident, are you? Perfect. Well, that's what it will take to beat the bug-type gym leader there. And don't let the bug typing fool you. I hear he is quite formidable. Ready for the forming process. Let's have a whack at it. I think this ball will be perfect if you encounter any rare or powerful Pokemon of the water type. Everyone needs a good water type. Oh, really? You have two already? Well, I guess save this for a special occasion. Alright, and time for the water. Alright. And as promised, a free of charge lure ball. Like I said, this will actually only provide you with a bonus capture rate on Pokemon that you fish out of the water. So if you plan to do any fishing, this will be the ball of choice. So don't hesitate to use it. It's got a few scuffs there. Every process is not perfect, but I do my best. But I think you will find that the quality holds up against any other measly ball maker that simply works for a Pokemart or something like that. To have access to the best Pokeballs in any region, you must obviously go on an adventure to find the maker, just like my cousin Kurt in Azalea Town. He is fond of those Slowpoke. But anyway, this is your lure ball. I am not going to make a free one for your friend because you are the one who found me, not him. So please do keep this one for yourself. And as we previously discussed, your coin. Thank you. I will take that. And no, just one gold piece per ball. No need to get greedy. I, of course, do it for the passion and need to just make enough to get by here and pay the bills. Only joking, there are no bills. I live in a cabin in the woods. The only thing I need is just for food once in a while. But my trusty Ursaring does a lot of the hunting for me, so I think that I usually get by quite nicely, but it's nice to have a snack or two when I enter town. So, is there anything else I can do for you? Directions to Sprucewood. Well, usually I try to allow trainers the opportunity to discover the path themselves, but you seem like the type that I would get along with well, so I will tell you, just head on the eastern path from the clearing here, and eventually you'll come to the forest without issue. And good luck against the gym leader, and good luck on your travels. Of course, if you ever need to purchase any of my Pokeballs again, you can simply shop for them at Sprucewood. Of course. It was great to meet you, and do take care out there. It can be a dangerous forest. It was nice to meet you. Have a great night.